All right, aloha everyone. This is Nomad Dog coming to you once again with another session of DDO Hawaiian Style. We are visiting the Thalanis server this evening, continuing our tour of the servers of DDO, and we're gonna see what's going on. The wife has level 7 tune that has absolutely no gear and no buffs and nothing else. And we're just going to kind of see how things go. I don't even know if that tune has any money. Probably not. But we will probably do some stuff to try to gather some money for these tunes and go from there. So that is our plan for this evening, is to kind of hang out on Thalanis. First thing I did want to briefly talk about was the Hardcore Season 7 coming out, which is like, it's kind of out of the blue. I wasn't expecting another Hardcore season so soon after finishing the previous one. Yeah. And right. So it seemed like it just ended. My better half pointed out that it has been a couple of months. It just took a long time for them to get the transfers set up for the characters, since that was down, since they broke so much stuff with the bank and had to take servers offline. Not servers, but transfers offline for that particular one, and all kinds of stuff. So it was pretty much a I was really surprised when I found out today that they announced it during the whatchamacallit, the lunch live stream is when they announced it. So anyway, so the plan is to try to get some stuff done here. The wife is level 7. I actually just took 11. Have to see what is going on in those level ranges. Probably just do something that we can both do together. Let's see, Venture Compendium. Let's see what I have or haven't done, because all this stuff should have transferred. Get all Korthos. Most of Korthos. Miller's Dead I didn't do. Stealthy Repo I didn't do. So probably looking at stuff in the level 8 to 10 range. Probably the 7s maybe. We did Tear of Dakan. Didn't do the Pit. Did Gwylens. But she's 7, so she might not want stuff. Well, I guess it really doesn't matter for her. Anything we do is going to be good XP for her. Maybe we farm some gear and go out and do... Yeah, we might be farming some gear out of some stuff, so we might go do whatchamacallit, this. Wow, I'm at a loss for words tonight. So we might go do Feywild, we might go do Salt Marsh, maybe do not Sharn, Isle of Dread, and just kind of see if we can get some gear, some XP. We should be able to run a lot of those on Elite. Hopefully get some XP. She should be able to get more XP than me. Level 5's level 7. I'm 4 levels over. I should still get some XP. I wouldn't expect a lot though. You want to farm gear? We can do Feywild. We can do Isle of Dread. Isle of Dread's what, level 6? 7? We should be able to do those on Elite. Not a problem. Granted, I know you have no gear. You got basic gear, right? I'll do most of the heavy lifting, so don't worry about it. All right, so that is our plan. I think we're gonna go ahead and flip over here to gameplay, and then we will do some farming of gear, and this way we have some stuff for our tunes as we go forward on Thalanis. Okay, let me invite her / invite Zealana. This one guy is doing Vaughn 1 through 4. If you want to do Vaughn 1 through 4, I don't know how I feel about that. Okay. So we can join him. He's got his LFM up for level 8 to 10, but it'll be fine. He might only be doing it on normal. All right. We know those are decent XP. Okay. You need money or are you good? I got like 13,000 plat on me. Oh, you're fine. You got way more money than I do. All right. And you farmed them out. All right. I'm gonna drop group and then go join his. Oh, 2 other people are on there. Hurry, join quick. If he accepts me. I must be accepted. In sec, in Vaughn 2, next Vaughn 3. Did you join? Try to join? It says they're on Vaughn 2 and then moving to Vaughn 3. So, let's see. I was declined. Yep. Okay. All right. So, I will invite Zealana back. And
I got accepted.
Oh, did you? Okay. Okay, that's fine. All right. So we'll go do something else. Let's run this at our own pace. We'll go run
Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Hold on, let me pump up the jam, pump it up. Go ahead and talk again. No.
Oh, that's because I was pushing the wrong button.
Yes, now I can hear you. All right, I'm gonna grab my stuff from Salt Marsh. Aladred. Hi. Yep, I'm gonna grab my stuff from Isle of Dread. And then and at some point if I see LFMs up, I'll probably join some LFMs. So I ended up taking 11. Oh, that's probably why he declined me, because I was too high level. Now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, probably what happened. I forgot. I had enough to take 11. I'm like, I'll take 11. not thinking. Will you? You're 7. If we're running stuff, yeah. Well, let's find out. Come do this quest with me. I'm in the harbor at the Isle of Dread guy. Yes. Well, yeah. I'm going to do the quest to get there, though. Oh, so you're not going to do the quest? Don't need all this gear. Hold on, let me add these to my stable. Get myself a little Triceratops here. Watch this. Watch this. 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 Watch this too. Okay, so we're good there. I'm all set, thank you. Alright, it's this one here. I can't open Elite. I can only open normal. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, do it on Elite. I'm 11, so we'll try to Okay, so do you not want to join me then? I should not have taken 11. My fault. Let's get you to 10 or to 8 as quick as possible.
He doesn't seem to know where he is or how he got there.
Right. We can always go do there's always Ataraxia. It's level 10. So I don't know which one's going to be good XP that's going to get you. All right.
Foxport doesn't remember how you ended up on this distant shore. So you tell him the story.
Now the guy's saying Duvon 3 and 4 now. It's too late. That ship has sailed, my friend.
It all started back in Storm Reach.
Gonna buff.
Foxpaw
You want buffs?
sent a message summoning you to the harbor. Before you could find him,
I'll give you
were
these.
accosted by a mysterious stranger.
Oh, thought I was hitting you. Forgot to put one on my hotbar. Character spells. Loaded. Shoot. Alright, there you go. Alright, let's go kill some stuff, see how it goes.
We know who that looks like, and I wonder if that's who it is.
To discuss the strange
The
teleporting
mysterious
island.
stranger is the same one that we see in Feywild.
Maybe.
That Harrison is talking to at the portal.
Maybe. You talk to him?
Foxpaw said He wanted to show you some experiment related to the Conch of Secrets. He had mounted the magical artifact onto an arcane device he had built.
Yeah, way to go, dude. Yeah, that's an arcane device. Do I talk to him again? What does this device do?
Foxpaw had amplified the artifact's magical signature, creating bait to draw the pirates to you.
Oh yeah,
Was this
it's
a
one.
bold strategy or reckless insanity? You were about to find out. A pirate made her way up from the docks. Aye, we're back. This time you won't escape. Surrender now, and my shipmate won't have to break any of your bones.
Do we have to protect Foxpaw?
Even as she lay dying, she did not concede. God of secrets, come to us.
So much stuff.
Claim your prizes. Then the mysterious stranger shimmered into view again. The pirates instantly fell to their knees. A strange feeling washed over them.
You dare ask me to fix your bungling?
No, I don't want you to fix the bungling. Screw you, Vecna.
Stranger transformed, taking on a new and terrifying shape.
I'm not doing your work.
For some reason, you found yourself unable to attack.
Gatekeeper. Pick that up.
No.
As if in a trance, Foxpaw obediently retrieved the conch
No,
of
you
secrets.
idiot. Stop it.
The ground.
Stop.
Punished.
Stop. No, don't drool. Don't drool.
But for
It's
now,
gross.
that must wait. Let us finish the business. Round. Give the artifact.
I'm afraid.
Half or floor.
And then you give this to the artifact. You're an idiot. You're like
Take
Coil.
these fools to the ship.
Idiot.
Prepare to set sail back to the island. Quickly, worms! This world's defenses are yet untested. I'm personally deep.
Come on.
And
The effects of the gods'
feel danger
magical
nearby.
domination wore off hours later. You awoke, imprisoned inside the
Trap.
brig of the pirate ship.
Right. Kill some stuff. Move on with our lives. Alright, there's a shrine here I'm gonna use. Almost out of spell point. You don't need a shrine. I don't have very many spell points. Should have put that one spell in my hotbar, damn it. Alright, going for that champ first. Ah, I might die. No! Oh, fire thing. Fire thing. Must heal myself. Right. trouble. Can I pick this? I pick the door. Stand back. There's so many people after me. Don't die.
Done.
Alright, I was taking care of all the trash.
The half-orc fell in battle. At least now, she no longer had to fear the vengeance of the god Vecna.
Okay. Upstairs.
Now we go upstairs.
Isn't there an optional down here? It's a dread artillerist. Not dead artillerist. Dread. I figured it'd be a dead artillerist, but... Can you imagine having to explain to someone what you do for a living? I'm an artillerist. Oh, what's that? I do artillery. There's dudes over here too. Kill these dudes. Uh-oh, I fell. I'm coming. Boy, I don't piss these guys off. There's a tactical nautical map over here. Read the note. Is there a note? There's a note. I'm gonna read the note. You're shrining, I'm healing up. Sight for damage. Let's see what's going on the social channels. Nothing major. You guys doing 3 and 4, but I'm level 11, so guess it's okay now. All right. Careful when you come back up, because these dudes are coming. They're going down, actually. I drop down. Oh, now they're all on me. Holy shiznit. Fire thing. Attack that. Eat fire. Okay. Alright. Maybe 1 or 2 more dudes, maybe. You getting lag? I'm getting some lag.
The chart was labeled the Isle of Dread, though it was less of a chart and more of a list of magical
Okay.
incantations.
Let's go check out
Notes in the
some.
margin described the island teleporting, and there were multiple references to the elemental plane of water.
Oh, that's the Dread Cook. Go see what he was cooking up. Alright. There's this room downstairs. This one. I think we went in here. Should be able to.
That's just-
Oh, okay. Alright. Up we go. Oh. There's that staircase, and then we take the staircase up. This way. Nope, this way. Nope, this way. Now you're like, where the hell are you going?
A muffled voice called up from up
The lever? Did I miss a lever?
All hands on deck! The signal's up! And the
All
island
hands
is
on deck.
teleporting! Hold on!
Okay, get him here.
And we're on the other side. Scan the waters. We need to steer clear of the local wildlife.
Oh no!
Get out of that cave.
Come on, little raptor. Dead. You get knocked down. God, there's so many elementals. Was I interrupted? I was in. Nope, there it is. Oh shoot, I gotta heal myself. Alright, let me see if I can finish this.
I should have healed myself, and I didn't.
Let's see if I can. Jesus Christ. We do this. This. I got cold resist going, so. You got a Sibra spirit cake? Just be careful. Survive as I can. Alright, I'll let you take him on for a sec. I'm tapped out. Uh-oh. I got him. Maybe. Coming after me. Dead.
Vecna's form reappears.
Hello, Vecna. Well, that was challenging.
Forget any thought of escape. The island has already.
We got no gear.
Uh,
Or buff.
I mean, I got buffs.
And I didn't buy potions.
I thought you bought potions.
No, because he wanted to join that group for Vaughn.
Will. I control the only way off of the Isle of Dread. I will attend to you in due time.
Well, that was exciting.
Make your way on the Isle of
I need to
Dread.
get potions, at least.
You can.
I mean, Isle of Dread we can go do, right? What's the level of Isle of Dread? 7?
Then a rending
7, but
crack.
it's newer chains, so
A
everything's harder.
gigantic creature reared out of the depths.
No, but what I mean is for the wilderness. I can't do anything on the wilderness. Do I have to kill that?
You were forced to swim for your life. Fortunately,
That is true.
the ship had sunk near that
Trying to think
strange teleporting
what
island.
else.
You soon found yourself near shore.
We swimming. We'll find ourselves a conch. Conch? Conch? Conch. I think it's the conch of secrets. Hey, Foxpaw. Oh, my head, what happened? Oh, you're just like Coil, dude.
And so we found ourselves held captive by
I don't know
the
how much you
god
got.
Vecna,
Like 2,000?
shipwrecked on the mysterious Isle of Dread.
That's not bad. You got more than I did. Alright, so, surviving, still. Good. I'm in the village of Tanaroa. Attunement to the Assassin's Blade.
I'm going to go get potions and stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna find a exit back. Go to my guild ship. I don't own one. Of course not. Turn the harbor in Stormreach. I can do that. Alright, so... yeah, dude's doing 3. He's doing 8 to 11. Doing Vaughn 3. Could probably join for 4. But I don't know how you feel about that at level 7. No? Alright. Okay. Well, sorry. I should not have taken 11.
I would be over leveled by his weight.
So, 11, level 7. Social. All right. So, what should we run? Stuff at level
Wilderness.
wilderness. Okay, pick a wilderness.
I thought you wanted to do Isle of Dread.
Level 7. We can run out there and see. No, you're going to buy potions. Did you get them?
Yes.
Okay, I was just asking. No, I don't want to repeat the quest. Take me to the Isle. I guess I could just use my thing. I don't have to. So... little dinos out there, far over. Let me see if it'll kill off your XP if I go there. You know what I mean? Alright, I'm in the village. Riding on a dino. A dinosaur with feathers. Can you get items in the chests out in the wilderness? Or do they only drop in the quests? Can you get items in the chests in the wilderness, or do they only drop in the chests in the quests?
I do not know.
Is there a mailbox here? The mailbox. Wow. Hey, I got DDO points. 900 total favor. All right, so this way. Apparently there's a couple entrances to the Isle of Dread. No matter what entrance you take?
Yes, it does. There's one is a smaller area that doesn't have like any real stuff. That's what the entrance. Like, if you had gone into the wilderness from the quest that we just did, that's where you would be, like where the shipwreck is.
Oh, okay.
And then there's the rest of the island, which is on the other side.
Alright, so I think I'm heading to the rest of the island. Oh, need to put that spell on my hotbar. Spell, it's level 4. Go to tavern. Now I gotta go find a tavern. This is one up here. God, I climb so slow. I'm so slow.
I think we do wilderness until I get to level 8 so that you won't be power leveling me.
Sure. Now I can put this on up bar. Just gonna put here and clear these out. Need the individual ones anymore. Although that's right, the repair spells. Okay, I get it for free because I'm already basically right. I think the one we want is down by you. You grabbing all the quests?
Yes. We want the door that's the big door.
Yeah. I think I ran some of these quests during hardcore season. Just a couple. Okay. Alright. We go hang out in the wilderness. Kill some stuff. Oh my. Thing. Let's see if we can find some rares. Yeah, I'm in.
I think we're okay. It's not telling me that
I'm too.
someone over the quest limit has entered the area or anything.
Okay, good. It's good news. All right. Okay. Go explore. Fast boot. Kill this dino. Shot at the bird. Hey. Hi, little guys. Whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa! Settle down. Probably split up out here.
So stuff out here does not become active until you get close to it. So if you want to stay behind me, I will run up to it so that it becomes active, and then you can shoot it.
Okay. Or you could shoot it and it comes to you. Like this Triceratops bull that I just pissed off. Hey, hey, hey! Back up! Back up! Guild level 2. Go us. Where'd you go? You're below me. I got Protoceratops after me. Yeah, go piss off those lions. Tigers. Saber-toothed tigers, man. There's a thing from the Ice Age for you.
So technically, they should be called saber-toothed cats, because they're not actually.
Right? Oh, hey, look, there's a scroll.
Pride.
There's some XP.
Sin that burned so bright within me that I couldn't see past its harsh flame. Or was it ignorance? If only I knew then. I'd quell those fires as I do now.
There's some stuff dying, some more stuff dying. Just like watching stuff die. It's like, I'm in here. It's like a paleontologist's dream, and I'm just slaughtering all of them. You know? Almost feel sorry for him, but not really. Ooh. Spider. You think they had spiders this big back in those days? Do you think they had spiders that big back in the prehistoric days?
No.
They'd probably be some that were fossilized, huh? Okay, I gotta let the cat out before she destroys my house. Okay, fine. I'm letting you out. Cat jumps up on my nightstand, paw poised over my water bottle. Oh, here's another scroll.
Power. Dominion. Both were
Ooh.
within my grasp.
Found some pirates. I found some pirates.
Achieve them and become royalty. So close.
on the black sand beach.
Fine friend. Think I trust you, such a coward.
Fighting a giant named crab. Sidestep Snippy. Sidestepping him. He's dead. Yep, just hanging out on the beach. And if anything untoward is going to attack me. Found some flame skulls. Alright, I just walked over hot lava and I did not burn. This is highly unrealistic. I should have been pretty toasty after that. That is probably pretty true that convection doesn't exist in games. But having
One has the kopu in the palm.
having a
He
sea.
tolerates them in exchange
No, I
for
mean I haven't
others,
seen it
spreading
up
his
close, but
influence
I
across
figure,
the
you
island
know,
and all the
lava
realm.
would be hot.
But it isn't enough. It will never be enough.
Found some more dudes. I mean, that's true. If you stand in any of the braziers in the game, it doesn't burn you either, so. You think it would. Dead end.
Go back.
Pick up the squirrel and roast it. Have some squirrel meat stew. Hey look, is that an Allosaurus? It is. Hello. And some more cats. Oh. I get knocked down, but I get up again. I guess deer meat would be good too.
Long ago, the Whispered One turned his attention to the villages on the southern peninsula. Who did he command to bring them to ruin? This is his newest toy.
Alright, here's the other thing. This will be generating a whole lot more steam than it is.
I mean, I give them credit for the heat mirage waves and steam, but yeah, it'd totally be just like I'm melting.
Like, I shouldn't be able to swim in this water right here. I would be like
The water should be boiling.
boiled alive. I know I'm nitpicking, but you know, living on a volcanic island and having seen some of the stuff
Even
that
back
happens
then,
when
someone
lava
as
hits
skilled as
water.
I had no difficulty concocting a plan.
Yeah, random
Infiltrate the
big
village, spread my
explosions that like blow
unrelenting
your face off.
flames, raise
Or
their
launch
fears
rocks
and
into your
reduce their
lap
homes to ash.
when you're too close on a tour boat.
Anyone who tried to escape through the gate would be greeted by death's teeth.
You know, it's the simple things. I don't ask for much. I mean, I don't want a whole bunch of realism in my game, but, you know, at least a little bit. If you're going to do lava, do it right. What are these? Are these ghouls? They are ghouls. Right, I should be in pain, so much pain. I mean, they got the look of the Pohoi flows right, so it's like that, you know, fudge brownie type of consistency that I'm always seeing. How am I shooting at? I mean, yeah, the heat mirage is pretty cool. But unless I'm wearing asbestos boots, and even then, probably not much. There's stuff actually over here.
These volcanoes
There
are
is.
small but active.
Oh, there's an
Over the course of
explorer
eons
here,
and after many
in
eruptions,
between the
they will
volcanoes,
eventually grow into
or the
mighty
cinder
rocks.
cones. A bunch of undead. Alright, I could see the flame skulls being here, but these ghouls I think would be like barbecue corpses. Alright, I'm done complaining. Oh no, I fell off the mountain. I fell down the mountain. Back towards where we started. Matter of fact, I'm back at the beach.
I have seen
Oh, I didn't have that one.
civilizations
Right.
scorched and
Found another
reborn.
scroll over here by the
We
beach.
who bow to the Whispered One remain far longer. Those who defy him quickly realize their mistake. The Kopu have chosen wisely, as if they had a choice.
Oh, back up, dude. Back up. These flame skulls came out of nowhere. Oh, there's more undead and flame skulls on the mountain. Oh. Alright, let's see. Let's buff a little bit here. I can't get to the peak of the mountain, Ryan. Besto shoes. I'm hamstrung. This tar.
Yes, and the tar will burn you.
What in tarnation? Alright, I'll stop with the dad jokes. Oh, I won't. Not really. Where did you guys go? Here, over here. Forgot how big this wilderness area is. I mean, it's not King's Forest big, but it's still big. You guys swinging at? Couple ogres over here just swinging away at the air. Kind of annoying these things don't activate until you get there. How are you doing XP wise? Cobalt's in here too. Found some raptors. Hey girl. No. Alright, I am definitely not Chris Pratt. I still think it's funny that a lot of the monsters for D&D were generated from them picking up dime store bags of dinosaurs. Yep, all they did was find some dinosaurs and said, you know, we'll make these into monsters. I didn't realize how much undead was out here.
The pungent smell of asphalt pervades these bubbling tar pits. Many creatures have met their end in the sticky substance. And yet for some reason, there's a small ruined shrine in the middle of it all.
Waiting for the tar monsters to come out of that tar. There are a lot of things out here. Even gargoyles. Just random gargoyles. You could just see how that conversation went. Hey Gary, we're out of dinosaurs to use. And just put in a gargoyle. But there's nothing around that a gargoyle would be there for. Yeah, put it in anyways. Hi. I got 5 levels of chomped. Now we enter Bullywug territory. There is a lot of stuff out here. Let's explore the unexplored areas. More dinos. All right, so I hear threat music. Oh, I'm out of ammo. Not a lot of shrines out here. Stuff are so well camouflaged, I almost got wrecked by them. Let's die, die, die. Alright, that's done. Knock off the griffins. I see another griffin over there. Let's go with that. Do you see the pterodactyls flying around? Pteranodons, whatever they might.
The Petrodon?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's or what they're modeled on.
I mean, they look like things you don't accidentally want to piss off.
Hey, at least they're not pterodactyls.
That movie was so bad. I watched all of like 2 minutes of it, and I'm like, I can't.
Yeah, I got like halfway through it. It was terrible. But it's currently streaming on Amazon Plus on Amazon if you have Amazon Prime.
Another rare. It's called Terror Dactyl. Bad. It looks like a film student's like final project. And not like a good film student's final project like, you know, THX 1138 was. It just looks like a bad final project. I got a name Dawson. M is for map. Yeah, I have not been over there, so I've stayed pretty much near the beach and the mountains. Reminded me too much of home. You know, the lava flows, the black sand beach.
With but a flick of his finger, the whispered one would reduce me to a pile of bones. I may live as long as I am useful, immortal, unchanging, as
Die.
promised. Yet, he may change his mind at any moment.
Oh, another one. Big statue. And a bunch of protoceratops. And some gargoyles. I'm in trouble. Belt of the Black Sand? Ghostly Invisibility Guard. On 5 and Spell Pen 3. Nice. I actually wear this stuff right now. Working on my flame skull exterminator right now. I have not passed the shipwreck. Like I said, I haven't made it much past the burning mountains of fire. Almost to 400. Where's the chests? Oh,
Yeah, I am here for gear, you know.
now there's one over here. Didn't chests used to show up on your map?
You have to be close enough to them.
Oh, there's one. Jumped off. It jumped off. Here's other. Need like 2 more kills for 400. Scroll here. Up, down on the beach. Get this one. We can recall reset. Couple things we can kill. Let's see if we get 400. All right, recalling. Did you hit 8 yet? Do we want to try a different wilderness area? I'm only... $900 of 1,500? Are you running a pot? Oh, okay. We can go back in. That's fine. I'm not running a pot, so. Cavern? It's up. It's up here. Baxi camps in here. Talk to somebody. There's a bartender here. It's over. Use the restroom real quick. All right, I have returned some stuffs. Where is the tabaxi you talked to? Oh. I talked to someone and they took me to the camp. I found it. You want to come to me? This is where the tabaxi camp guide is. Just talk to him, see if he'll take you. Okay, reset.
The tabaxi have set up a
All right.
campsite here.
Go
Their
to find
colorful
some
tents
more
billowing
stuff.
in the breeze. The creatures don't seem to be worried about attacks from beasts or marauders. No doubt, the Isle of Dread has learned to fear the tabaxi's claws.
I have not been here. You want to go the opposite direction? I think you were out this way before, right?
Kopu had always held slaves, people stolen from the worlds the island had visited. In time, due to the Kopu's incompetence, these slaves revolted and set up their own village on the south of the island. The Kopu Empire's iron grip turned out. I agreed to drive out the demons for the Kopru. In return, the Kopru promised to become my loyal followers. The demons were easily dealt with. The Eye of Growth is now mine. It's the perfect place
Okay, now talk.
to store some of my
Okay, can you hear me? Well, I don't know why.
These are not the best headphones.
Oh, let's get you good headphones.
That's what I've noticed about these headphones. Cut in and out.
Those are the ones with the tinny sound, right?
Yeah. They last longer than my other ones.
These griffins are so majestic up here on this hill.
I am Vecna, the Whispered One, God of Secrets. Over the eons, seen, conquered worlds, transcended death, ripped divinity from the hands of the gods themselves.
Have you gotten your Ravenlock weapon yet?
Yes. Alright, that's a dead end. This is actually a pretty big wilderness area. Bigger than I thought it was. Somebody just came onto my channel saying, hey, do this and you can get, you know, more viewers for your channel. Like, pay this and go to this page. And yeah, I don't need that.
What? No, you don't want me to take viewers?
Yeah, it's basically pay for viewers. There are bots basically that just do that stuff. Feel kind of bad killing these velociraptors. Stop chasing me. Go kill this big guy. I thought there was a big guy. These things jump like kobolds. You got the name T-Rex on you?
Well, I have not aggroed it because that would be a mistake.
I will come to you then. We may get dungeon alert. Just FYI. Right, I'm here.
Did you actually want to try to take down the T-Rex? Because it's tough.
You can do it. Hey. Right. I'm gonna throw down a thing. And I'm gonna chase it to me. So get ready. Wow. Okay, that was a little bit more than I expected. Okay, let me get a spirit cake. Let me see if I can figure out where it is first before I pop this cake. Nowhere near its chest. Oh, is it? Okay, it's gonna follow you all the way across the map. What just happened? Wow. Okay. All right. Yeah. So apparently I still had one life to live. I ate the spirit cake in the wilderness, and it like permanently killed me and sent me back to the marketplace. That's interesting. I've never had that happen. All right, I'm gonna go to a place of leisure. You gain spell points and hit points. I'm gonna go drink a dirty kobold. If I had a bar, I would have a drink called the Dirty Kobold. I really think that's an important thing to do.
I am gonna go get a drink while I sit in the cabin.
All right, we're gonna buy. Yeah, I took 217 points of sonic damage from that. And I'm at 236, so I was barely alive. Alright, let's quaff this potion. And start pumping this out. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get Not repair, but the other one. Cure serious. I think that's important. Grab cure serious. So it's not just cure. Oh no, not cure serious. Cure critical. So as an artificer, you get basically the repair spells as like free spell slots. So we're gonna get repair critical. Now we're gonna get, yeah, we're gonna get repair critical. We're gonna get scribe scroll. We just need to have more repair, better repair spells. Right. Level 4. So I actually have to go to House C for this. Gotta go to House C. Alright, so Zelana is taking siesta in the tavern to regain life points. I still think she should drink a dirty kobold. So under scribe. You don't have inscription materials? You have inscription materials? Yes, artificer scrolls. You don't have inscription materials either. Are you serious right now? Repair critical. There's no scroll? They don't carry the scroll. Well, shiznit. So much for that. Alright, so are we going back out to Isle of Dread? You had 500 more? And will that put you into level 8? How much more XP do you need for level 8? Okay, so we'll probably need to do... let's teleport back out to Isle of Dread. Alright, teleport back out. See what funky shenanigans happen there. I don't think there's going to be 500 things out here. Okay. All right, we can go this way. All right, nothing low level on the elephant, so. I think this was the first area we went into when we went into Isle of Dread, and we're like, where's the quests? Where's the rares? Where's anything? Can you Q target the scrolls? God, that jumpy spider was annoying. I'm just exploring the edges of the map, and I am finding it. Oh, found some cats. And some spiders. There might be 70 things out here.
You recognize the beach where you first came ashore on the Isle of Dread. You clearly won't be taking that ship back to Eberron.
We are trying to get Zealotry to level 8. Well, what is this thing? Red Styracosaurus? I'm gonna see one of them. Oh, there's a whole bunch of cats here. I'm gonna drop this. Oh, it actually interrupted. Concentration wasn't high enough. I keep getting knocked down. That's not good. Ooh, that was close. That was a little too close for comfort. Doing it the cheesy way. Right, did not die. Follow me. But you can all die in a fire. Hey, Zer Smash, how's it going? And you say later this morning, and I'm thinking to myself, man, it's only 8 o'clock here. 8:30. We need to go to the other session, other area. Okay, how many you need? 22. We could just reset this. I'm just gonna head through the door right here. You know, just reset this one. $1:30. Oh, that's right. You're Midwest. Got 4-hour time difference. Well, not Midwest. Central. Not Central. Mountain time. It's 2 hours. 3 hours. No, Central time. My wife's yelling at me to reset the wilderness. So I gotta reset the wilderness before she yells at me some more. Gotta heal up.
Most people are capable of doing two things at once, talking and something else.
No. That'd be like, walking and chewing gum. That's, it's difficult. Another one of them stigmatosauruses. Hey, don't die. Like, shoot, we only need 22. I mean, I guess I could walk and chew gum. But I can't talk and reset a quest. It's asking too much of my feeble brain. Her son. Where there's one, there's usually two more. You'll probably finish it before I get there. Oh, there's a couple spiders. I get you there. All right, recall. All right. You know what, Zersmash, you're probably right. I probably am intelligent, but not so pretty. That's why I show my face on camera. I mean, at least I know it's my wit and charismatic personality that draws people to the channel, as opposed to my dashing good looks. I mean, I'm waiting for my wife to make a comment, but I don't know if she will.
Why would I do that? I married you.
That's true. You have excellent taste in men. I must say that. Excellent taste in men. All right, so you're going to be level 8. Are you here in the harbor?
Yes, I went to the harbor so that I can love me.
All right, let me spend some action points on enhancements. Yes, you are a paladin. Fire Eater, I don't know what my plans are on Thelanis yet. This tune started at, well, I guess it started at level 10. I had enough to take 11, so I took 11. And so my plans on Thelanis are kind of up in the air, just like every other server. More than likely, I'll probably get this one to 20 and then probably reincarnate. And then go from there. I might do a lesser on this one. That's a possibility. So I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do on Thelanis yet. Con's always good. Take those, accept. But yeah, we're just Zealotry's, or well, on this she's Zealana because Zealotry was already taken. But she has, I think, level 7 tunes on each server. She just created some. So she wanted to get to level 8. Yeah, that might be something to do. I haven't really looked at the LFM much this evening because there wasn't much in my level range. So, and there's like nothing in my level range because I'm 11. There does seem to be a fairly decent number of people up in the higher levels.
Well, now that I'm not being power leveled, we can go do some stuff in.
Okay, you crackled there. So did you say in the desert?
In the desert of.
Okay, you're breaking up a lot.
I told you these headsets suck. All right, the Minic Paran Desert.
The desert, got it. Alright, so first life tune on every server to 32, mostly 20 Reaper points, decently geared and raid ready. Yeah, I could probably do that. Like I said, I'm not sure what the plans are yet. I've just been kind of running around and seeing what's going on. There's hasn't been a whole lot of LFMs in this level, so we're just kind of doing our own thing on Thelanis. And the good thing is I'm able to do stuff out here because there's no lava threatening my house, which is a good thing. Been kind of crazy since Sunday. All right, are you in the desert already? Okay. So Zer Smash, when you say past like level 17, you're done. So anything basically past like Archons? Well, Archons are 15. Veil is 16. Are you just on that grind for TRs? This guy's a potion. Potionman there. Really? Man, I've run Veil so many times. So do you end up just rolling up new tunes? I'm honestly curious, because it's interesting how people play this game differently. If you've only TR'd 4 times in like 14 years, then my guess is you roll up a lot of alts. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You like build something, play it for a while, see if you like it, and if not, try to something different. And you play on all 7 servers, including Wayfinder? I mean, I'm guessing you solo on Wayfinder. You play on Wayfinder. Copper nickel in the marketplace. Next to Zovan chalk. Okay. Yeah, see, that's one thing I do like about DDO is there's a lot of different ways that you can play. Like if you want to solo, you can solo. You know, and there are plenty of people who, you know, do that. On Cannith, there's a player by the name of Var, who has his guild. It's called Guild of One, and it's just him and his alts. And he runs stuff. He'll run stuff solo all the time. He'll put up an LFM, but he does run stuff solo all the time. Matter of fact, I haven't seen Var for a while. Have you seen Var recently, dear? You know what? And that's perfectly fine, Zer Smash. Don't let anyone tell you how to play DDO. I know back in the day, though, when, you know, end game rating was like Power of Despair and Shroud and all that stuff, people were a lot more opinionated on your character. So tomorrow starts Buddy Bonus Weekend, huh? Okay, that's good to know. That means I can level up some tunes. So Complete did hit level 30. Okay. Complete did hit level 30 on Kenneth, and so I might TR her probably tomorrow. I'll probably run her on Friday. I'm gonna test out Alchemist. I did see that StrimTom posted a thing on the Alchemist section of the forums about build, which I might look at. So yeah, it might be a good time to level up a low-level tune, especially if there's a Buddy Bonus Weekend. All right, so I'm going to ask you guys, what are your thoughts on hardcore coming back already? When I say already, it just seems like we just finished. And like literally just a few days ago, it seems like. Ah, gotcha, Fire Eater. Yeah, hardcore. I think hardcore is good for viewers because there's that added drama of, are they gonna live? Are they not gonna live? You know, and if you're not going to be available during December and January, yeah, there's really no point because it's the only time it runs. That's true. You could roll up a new character just for new expansion stuff and or first time expansion stuff and XP pods. Oh, you're in my group. No, I can't hear you. Can you hear me? Probably means your earphones aren't paired. Oh, okay. Well, so I don't hear you. No. No.
I don't know.
You can still. He's messing with her headphones, trying to get them to work. So yeah, I mean, I was kind of like, okay, hardcore's back. Interesting. Like, I wasn't quite expecting it, but all right. I don't know. Hardcore is fun because I like running with all these other people. Something I enjoy. But and from what I was reading, it looks like they lowered the. I mean, it's still They lowered the level, the experience, not experience, the freaking A, the favor thing, if I remember correctly. I think that was on their announcement. 7th. So it's going to be 1,500 favor reward, 3,000 favor reward, 10 Reaper points, 20 Reaper points, 3,000 favor, Bone Devil armored mount. Alright, so Z does not have chat, however we could still quest. So yeah, so they're the big thing is the favor amounts changed.
Alright. Hardcore.
Yeah, Zer Smash, it's only going to be 60 days. Because it starts beginning or next week, and it runs through I think the first week in February. So it's only going to be December and January, basically. Which one are we doing first? The shrines? Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna do. I mean, it'll depend on what Z wants to do. If she wants to run hardcore or not. You did.
It depends on sound.
You did season 2, right? Yes. Okay. And you hit level 20.
Do I have chat now?
Yes, you have chat now.
Okay, you can hear me?
Yes.
I still can barely hear you. I don't know that it's gotta be on your
final resting place of a once great
Did you turn me all the way up in your volume setting?
It is all the way up as far as I can get it. And I've turned all my other sound down.
I'm pretty sure people in chat can hear you just fine. Did he really just shoot at me? Sorry, I had to take care of that guy. Yep, we'll do elite. I mean, if you're okay with that. I have hires. Of course, everything in here does fire damage. Yep, you have a fire resist.
Chants and demonic voices echo through the halls of this lonely shrine.
I think I have death block. We will find out, won't we?
Mickey Stack goes the Vorpal Blade.
So, funny story about this quest. We were running it one time, and I am just like, we're just cruising along, and we're fighting some Kaka demons, whatever they are. And next thing I know, I'm dead. Like, what the hell? Am I dead? And come to find out, it is because they do Vorpal attacks. And I did not have death block, so I summarily got dismissed, basically nuked. I didn't know I was taking that much damage. So, dear, season 2 was the fire one. So it's kind of like doing this quest. Yeah, so we'll have to see about that hardcore. And Z's already got all the gear from it, all the cosmetics. Did you hit 3,000 favor that season?
No. I've only ever gone
The
20,
holy fires
level
lighting
20,
this grim
and
shrine have
17,
long
or
since died.
1750 favor, whatever it is they require. And season 1 through 5. Season 6, I also did the 5,000 favor.
Well, Zer Smash, we're actually... So, yes, we should probably go visit Kyber if we're having volcano issues. However, I don't have any tunes on Kyber that are worth anything right now.
That doesn't matter.
Alright, I need to turn down the game volume. So wait a second. Alright, that's better. So, yeah, big thing. Volcano started erupting on Sunday. It happens to be the volcano we live on. I'm not gonna die. Jesus Christ. So, yeah, volcano we live on. Alright, Sir Smash, have a good one. Thanks for joining. We'll catch up with you later. But yeah, kind of funny that our volcano hadn't erupted for 38 years, and then Sunday night at 11:30, it just decided it was time. Luckily, all the activity has been on the opposite side of the mountain in a unpopulated area. So there's really no issues so much for people. There is a major road that goes through, which is in danger of being flooded out by the lava.
Which is kind of funny because they just spent all that money to put that road through and make it all nice and smooth, and now it's gonna be covered by lava.
Yeah, the road was.
Taylor don't care.
Yeah, the road was finished probably about 5-6 years ago. The new version of the road. There were other roads there. Another road there that wasn't a great road, but it was a road. Thank you, Zavi. Appreciate the raid. I'm gonna die. No, Zavi, it's not your fault. It's my fault for not paying attention to my health. Why am I healing my scarecrow? What the hell? Alright, I am gonna shrine. I appreciate the raid, Zavi. Hopefully you are having, or had a great session. We are just kind of hanging out on Thalanis, doing our own thing. Wasn't really any LFMs up. Normally I'm not on Thalanis, I'm usually on Cannith. 15 hours? And I honestly cannot remember the last time I played DDO for 15 hours. And I'm guessing, because you're streaming, that was pretty much straight through. And with the, of course, the occasional bathroom break or whatever. That's a long stream. That is dedication. For me, it's usually I started off doing 3 hours. Now it's been more like 4 to 5. But I'm also doing it, during the week after work. Are you level draining those? Your hireling's kind of squishy. Yeah, no, I get the wanting to do the long grind. Few of my streams lately, like I said, have gone over 5 hours, which is long for me, especially, 8 hours at work and then, 5 hours of streaming. It's not 15 hours of doing stuff, but still quite a bit.
Plus your commute.
Yes, plus my commute, which is about 30-45 minutes, depending upon traffic, each way. But yeah, it's we're just kind of doing something different. I'm enjoying visiting the other servers. Because it's been kind of interesting. Right, Zersma or Fire Eater. I wish it was as simple as 25 to 40 minutes, or 20 to 45 minutes based on lava. But it hasn't been. But yeah, it's the lava thing here. So. Mauna Loa is... I'm going to shoot that pyro demon. Mauna Loa is the largest volcano in the world. Active volcano in the world. It's height-wise, it's only like 13,000 feet tall, but it also has about 17,000 feet or so under the water. And so it is a very large volcano. It makes up half of the Big Island. Yeah. It's so heavy it'll compress the seafloor. And so it causes earthquakes just from compressing the floor, the sea floor. But it hadn't erupted for 38 years. It's been quiet. And then, so Sunday night around 11 o'clock, I had just taken a shower, I was getting ready to go to bed. And as I'm walking to the bed, Z goes, "Did you feel that?" And I'm like, what are you talking about? Feel that? I didn't feel anything. She's like, "You didn't feel that earthquake?" I said, "No." She's like, "That was a pretty big one." I'm like, "Huh?" I mean, I had heard the windows rattle a little bit, but that was it. And then we went to bed, and apparently at about 11:30, so about 30 minutes after we went to bed, it erupted at the summit. And so, with this volcano, when it erupts at the summit, half the time it stays in the summit. The other half of the time it will go into either one of the rift zones, so either northeast or southwest. And we live on the southwest side of the rift zone. And so when I woke up Monday morning to get ready for work, I saw the news. I saw that the caldera had filled and that it had overflowed to the southwest. So I'm thinking, oh crap. So I told my wife that she needed to go ahead and pack a suitcase just in case we had to get out of here quick. Luckily, though, the eruption moved down to the northeast rift zone, which made it a whole lot better because it's unpopulated. There's some only infrastructure that's really over there is the main east-west road across the island,
The hero lies here
and
his mummified body
the
for all eternity.
there's also a military training area over there, and so that's pretty much it. So people have been lining up on the highway, taking pictures, doing all kinds of stuff. So now they're going to start ticketing people and towing vehicles for parking on the side of the mountain, or the side of the highway. Yeah, I mean, it is scary and it's not scary. Part of it is, I think about it, and I don't know where all of you live, but part of it is the
This is the final rest
the natural disasters, regardless of where you live, can be scary. I honestly would be more scared of a hurricane coming through my house than lava flow, honestly.
Yeah, it's not like there's incoming nuclear missiles level scary.
And that has happened too, incoming nuclear missiles. Well, at least the announcement of an incoming nuclear missile. That was January of 2018. January 13th, 2018. Just after 8 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday, we got the fake missile launch notice. Yeah, I mean, yes, it wasn't nuclear. But when you receive a message on your phone that says incoming ballistic missile, this is not a test, at 8 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday, and you have been watching the news and North Korea has been getting ready to launch missiles, then, you know, I was like, as soon as, and then we tried to verify what was going on, either through civil defense or through the police department. You couldn't get a hold of anybody. So that was kind of scary, just not knowing. And then you kind of get to the point where, you know what, we'll know in 15 minutes. If it's not here in 15 minutes, we're fine. You know, so, but, yeah, and I do agree with that, Zavi, that natural disasters are less scary the longer you live in an area.
Like, we lived in California my whole life, and we would have earthquakes all the time, sometimes fairly frequently, pretty severe earthquakes. And I know people who are like, I would never visit California because they have all those earthquakes, but they live like in Kansas and they deal with tornadoes every summer, and it's not a big deal. So it's just what you know.
Yeah, I would much rather, you know, like I said, deal with the occasional issue of a possible hurricane or possible volcanic eruption, because honestly, with the volcanoes in Hawaii are some of the most well-researched volcanoes in the world.
Physician.
And they have been studying, like, Kilauea. They've been studying Kilauea since the late 1800s. So they have, you know, records of, you know, eruptions and stuff going that far back. And so they have a pretty good idea as to what to expect. But of course, you know, there's going to be times when stuff isn't predictable. You know, it's like the people in Iceland. You know, and all the volcanoes in Iceland, those people are so used to it, they just kind of deal with it. You know, especially with this latest the big one that they had like earlier this year. Yeah, and that's true, Fire Eater. It is more about the storm surge with hurricanes. It's the big thing that you got to be careful of. Jump back and yourself with that lay on hands. Okay, you got it. Tripped. And we do have to deal with hurricanes here also. Not Florida level, but we do still occasionally get storms blowing through. Last major one was probably Iniki, which was like 91, I think. But we have had a couple Oh man, I am blind and I do not have blindness removal pots. A fire thing? Okay, turret's up. You run through it. All my stuff's dying. Do I have blindness removal at all? I don't think so.
The moral sorcerer whispers incantations.
Yeah, I know you can't give me blindness removal. I gotta heal myself. They're dead. They're all dead. Oh, I'm knocked down. I'm gonna die. Well, we're also doing this well above your level. Okay. Finish out. Alright. Alright. Alright, note to self, blindness removal pots. Fire. Right. My wife is reminding me that I always forget to get blindness removal pot. Or
Well, it's like you've been today. I keep telling you, I have to go buy pots. I have to go, you know, gear up. And you're like, okay, you did not go and buy pots. Like, that wasn't a reminder. Hey, I'm getting some pots. I always carry curse removal, blindness removal, disease removal, poison removal, poison neutralization, and lesser restoration pots. No matter what type of character I am playing.
I think I'm being picked on right now.
I'm just trying to help you be a better player.
All right, yeah, need some. What you got? That's lesser resto's fine. All right, we'll get 50.
House J is where I get most of my stuff, but they don't have lesser restoration pots.
I mean, normally I get my stuff from whatchamacallit, the guild vendor, but I don't think we have access to it yet. Only problem with the guild vendor is everything's bound to character. I can't sell it when I'm done with the life. I have to just trash it.
You can't give it to people when they need it either.
Right.
Like, I can give you some blindness removal pots if I have Fluffy dead. But if they're guild, they're bound. So I can't do that.
Alright, I'm broke.
And sometimes when I will quest with lower level people on Canis, and they're like never healing themselves because they don't have any healing pots, I will give them a stack of pots. Just because I don't want to have to heal them.
Hey, Wicked. Thank you for the raid. I hope everyone is having a great evening. We are hanging out on Thalanis with some undergeared tunes and experiencing life on an undergeared tune.
I'm going to go to the bar.
That actually sounds like a great idea. I think I'm going to go to the bar as well. And I'm going to drink a dirty kobold. Yeah, Wicked, we're running around tonight, just having some fun. There haven't really been any LFMs up in our level range. So we're just kind of, you know, puttering along.
Hola, chica. I want some vodka straight.
Did you notice how the barkeep is kind of like woozy and like, you know, is she dancing or is she just like unstable? Like, seriously, look at her. She looks drunk. Or she's dancing to her own rhythm. I don't know which. Stream's been going good. I want to buy this one.
Maybe we go with something a little bit lower level.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Only take a little bit of an XP penalty, but
Get my spell points back, and I'll heal myself. Now we're trying to do some desert stuff. I'm level 11, she's level 8. So, her level is not huge. Not huge, man. I speech really poorly. She doesn't have very high of a level. Oh, is Stormylock Fire Eater? I'm guessing. Thank you.
I think today has actually been a record. I have died 3 times since we started.
So I just was handed 111,000 plat.
Because he also knows that you need to buy pots.
Yes, I will go. I bought pots. I just was out of money. I had like 400 plat. Now I'm going to go get some paralysis removal pots. Yeah, Smexy, we were doing those, and paralysis removal are no good. Oh, because if I'm paralyzed, then I can't use them.
You can't drink a pot if you're paralyzed, and you can't use them on other people anymore.
So
Paralysis is something I do not carry.
all right, I got blindness, remove curse, remove disease, lesser resto. What else do I want? I don't need poison neutralization. Actually, you should probably give her most of the plat because she actually handles the books in the household. That's kind of her thing. She is much better with the money than I am. She does do everything for me. With the exception of I do cook dinner. See, she owns her own business. She does baking.
Thank you.
Yeah, so she actually owns her own baking business, and she sells at some of the local farmers markets. And so I come home from work and she's been baking all day long. And when I say all day, I mean from like 8 o'clock to like 6 o'clock. And then there's the packaging of the goods and the loading up the vehicle for the market the next day. So she's doing a lot of work. And so I will come home, I'll cook dinner and help load the car and all that fun stuff. So yeah, she does do everything. The one thing I hate that. The one thing I do is I have a full-time job with benefits. So I actually make enough to pay mortgage and healthcare and all that stuff. So But everything else she pretty much does. Wicked, we have been together for 24 years. And married for 20 of those 24. So she has not offed me yet. So I must be doing something right. You know, I joke, but you know, I tell people that when we got married, when I said "till death to us part," her response was that could be arranged. So, I have perfected the art of sleeping with one eye open.
Whatever. No, he is an awesome person.
And we play video games together.
And we play video games together. And Dungeons and Dragons.
And we do play D&D together. We like watching really bad movies. Like Pterodactyl.
I have this soft spot for really bad B-rated movies. I've watched some doozies over the years.
But she does have a very large collection of vampire TV shows and movies.
Oh no, it's a little dated now, but the song that Rob Zombie did called Living Dead Girl. So there's a super old movie from like the 70s, and it's terrible. But he does a
sample
a sample from the dialogue in that movie in the beginning of the song. So when the song came out, I was like, that sounds familiar. I've seen that movie.
And the name of that movie was Orgy of the Dead.
Yes, it was.
Which came out in the late 60s, I believe. Horrible movie. But, you know, fun nonetheless. But yeah, she has a really large collection of vampire, especially TV shows. And some TV shows that probably a lot of people have never watched. Ones like Kindred the Embraced, which was based on the White Wolf World of Darkness stuff. And another one, Forever Night, I think had like, 3 seasons? And then Blood Ties. There's just so many. Moonlight. We have True Blood. I think we have the whole series of True Blood. So, a lot of vampire shows and movies along with it. So what quests are we doing? Have we decided yet?
I'm thinking maybe we do some level 8. On Elite, those would be level 10.
Okay, so
you would only be one level above, and it would be at level for me.
okay, so do you want to go do Vaughn 1 and 2?
Yeah, we could start with those.
Okay.
Our guild is now level 30.
Alright, so we're going to go do some Vaughn questing. It's levels 1 and 2. Mess around a little bit, see if we can avoid dying. I'm going to grab a hire. Because I can run a hire that I could set on you. It's a higher level. Your hire doesn't keep getting squished. So yeah, we have played this game especially. Rena, do you want to join Tycoons of Tomorrow? They got buffs. No, we can always get the guild name back. Oh, that's right. I'm the guild leader. I guess I can disband the guild. Can I? Do I have to disband the guild to join another one, right?
And the guild.
Since you're the only member and the guild leader, yes, you have to disband it.
What's our guild name? Oh, I know what it is. Never mind. Okay.
Nomad.
All right, Fire Eater, if you want to hit us with the Tycoons invite, that would be greatly appreciated. Tycoons of Tomorrow on every server. Did you already head to level or to okay, you can go to House K then. But yeah,
I did try to get our guild name from Kenneth, but it had 2 characters that were disallowed, so could not.
and my guess it was the plus and the 5.
Indeed, it was.
So for those of you who are recent, hold on one sec. Oh. All right, I have joined Tycoons. Did you get an invite from? Oh, you did. Okay. Ship buffs, here we come. Yay, go us. All right. So, what was I talking about? Talking about something. Here, do you remember what I was talking about? See, she doesn't do everything for me. I would expect her to remember everything that I'm asking. But that does, or everything I'm talking about. But, so, all right. Somebody in chat probably remembers what I was babbling about before I got distracted by guild buffs. I was probably talking about our relationship. I know I was talking about that. Oh yes, I think that's where I was. So we have been playing this game together for 13 years. And she was talking about our guild on Kenneth, which is +5 to Dexterity. And it's the plus symbol, the number 5, to Dexterity. And you cannot get the numbers or symbols in guild names any longer. So as long as we can keep that guild name, I want to keep that guild name forever. It was based on the web series that Felicia Day did called The Guild, which was based on her experience playing World of Warcraft. Starred her and Will Wheaton, and probably a couple other people you'd recognize. But one of the characters has, ends up moving in with Felicia Day, even though she didn't want them to. And he's wearing I think a tinfoil hat that he says, "This is my +5 helm to Dexterity." And so ever since then, that was like, it's got to be my guild name. So our guild name is +5 to Dexterity on Kenneth. And it will stay that forever, as long as I can keep. All right, we now have ship buffs. We're good. Elite. Oh, I did not get a higher. I feel a little better now that I got some stuff. Still gonna summon my scarecrow. So, but yeah, there anything going on? Oh my god, there's people in our guild. Small numbers on Thalanis. Let me buff fire. And good. Ready? Alright, let's go get him. Charge!
Underground highway to Tharas
Make some more of these.
If you search for Dirk's contact, keep your guard up. Spectators may not be friendly.
Glad I made those bolts. Ah, good to know. So, Smexy is saying that Thalanis is mainly East Coast and Australian players. So that's why Thalanis is kind of not busy right now.
It's a marvel of hobgoblin ingenuity.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. Sometimes I wonder if it would be better if you had servers that were based on region. And when I say based on region, it's like not necessarily like one place, but like if you have an East Coast server, let's say, and you know that East Coast server, you end up playing with people who are on the East Coast or the east side of Canada, Mexico.
So my idea was that instead of the language-based servers that DDO had originally gone with, they do a time zone-based servers. So like East Coast, Midwest, you know, West Coast, all together, you know, so the Pacific region, so those time zones, one server, so that you have a better idea of when people might be playing. Because even if you just like, I work a night job, so I'm going to play on the Pacific region, the Pacific Time region, because I work nights, or I don't, you know, whatever. You know what I mean. I just feel like that would be better as far as like player cohesion.
So, like, you have the East Coast server, and it's like, oh, they're probably more busy in the mornings, so I'll play over there in the mornings. It's like for us out here in Hawaii, it's kind of hit or miss, because right now it's 9:30 here, which means it's 11:30 in California. And it would be 3 hours past that, so what, 2:30 in the morning on the West Coast or East Coast? So
when I do have a chance to play with people on Canada, a lot of times it's from New Zealand.
yeah, that was one of the interesting things with Sarlona, is running with the Chinese folks. There are plenty of them on last Friday? Or last Wednesday? I didn't get the password, so we're gonna have to fight. Wait, let me, hold on. I got it. Drop my... Okay. Don't hit me. Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. Yeah, it's kind of like me streaming. I kind of have the late shift for a lot of people, just because of where we live and time zones and all that fun stuff. So that is one thing. I don't know how many of you read the subreddit for DDO, but I saw someone post on there, new player, complaining about the state of the game. Hey, Nodens. Yeah, Sarlona seemed to have a pretty decent mix of people. Plenty of LFMs up, especially even at this time of night. But I was reading the forums, not the forums, the subreddit for DDO, and there's a new player complaining about the state of the game. And you want to know how people who've been invested in this game for so long, you know, how can you guys, you know, stand the state of the game? And I'm thinking to myself, well, you know, a lot of us have played it for a long time, and we know there's just things that they're probably not going to get to. Like fixing ladders. I mean, considering they got to individually do all the ladders, we know that's never going to get fixed. You know?
Yeah, and you know that they haven't fixed the original code because new ladders still have bugs.
Yeah, it kind of depends on what ladders. I know the vines in whatchamacallit, in Feywild seem to be better in terms of climbing. It's still a pain in the butt though, climbing out of something when you're in the water. I don't think that will ever change. You know, but I've always joked that, you know, Turbine and now Standing Stone Games could create a like Boots of Ladderbane, you know, that has some special code in it that, you know, fixes the ability to climb up the ladders, and they could sell those in the DDO store and make probably a small tidy profit. Yeah, jumping on them is the way to do it. You know, but occasionally, when you're in a hurry and you just want to climb up it. Here I am thinking Z was gonna kill a bunch of, or break a bunch of stuff, but he's just running around killing stuff instead. Whoa, heal thyself.
My reflex save is not high enough for breaking the barrels.
Ah, got it. Okay.
You notice
I
words
took
etched
fire
above
damage.
this gate. Ready Room 1. Inside, scarred and muscular trolls wait restlessly.
Fixed.
You notice words etched above this gate. Ready Room 1. Inside, scarred and muscular trolls wait restlessly.
He's yelling at me about not putting down a turret.
Not one job. One job.
Gladiators in Ready Room 1. Get moving.
You have one job. Do it right. Yes, I know I have one job. And that is to make sure that I don't die. Right here. Take some electric. Some fire. And take that. No, but But Fire Eater, what if I just want to climb up the ladder? But anyways, this guy was just complaining. He's so indignant about, you know, the current state of the game and how can anybody, you know, I came from Guild Wars 2 and, you know, there's not 5-year-old bugs on that game. It's like, I don't know. I've never played Guild Wars 2, so I don't know what kind of bugs they have. I've got plenty of time and effort involved in this game, so I'm actually gonna adjust this down just a little bit.
I don't know. I guess I'm not cool enough to understand the kids nowadays.
Well, I know I'm not cool enough to understand the kids nowadays.
What a terrible upset. The mystery team is tougher than it looks.
Like, I haven't played a console game since the original Nintendo Entertainment
The horns of
System.
fury and the maelstrom princes have slain hundreds of their kind. This should be the shortest fight we've ever seen. Let the
I mean,
slaughter begin.
And, like, all the newfangled, like, first-person shooters and those things actually make me sick. So I really like these, like, really old games that don't have, you know, fancy 3D stuff that I can't see and all that kind of thing.
Who could imagine such a disaster? So many great gladiators slaughtered in their prime.
Yeah, I mean,
No.
oh,
It's time for an all-out showdown. Fresh
I forgot about the combined wave.
teams have armed themselves for battle.
I got plenty of spell points. It's only 20.
Their horns are sharpened
Go,
and their
right there.
weapons are drawn.
Yeah, I mean, I don't play games with controller. I do play Call of Duty, mouse and keyboard. I know a lot of people play with controller, even on PCs. But I don't know. I know what it is. There's too many buttons. There's too many buttons on these controllers. So, you know, I'd much rather not have to try to figure out what buttons do what. I've heard that people play DDO with a controller as well. And I'm curious if there's anyone in chat who plays DDO with a controller. And if so, how do you like it compare if you've played mouse and keyboard as well? How do you like it in comparison?
Your enemies lie scattered and broken at your feet. Now is your chance to seize the mighty axe.
I mean, I'm just saying that's what I've heard. I've never done it, and I'm not sure if it is possible. But you know, it'd be interesting if people have played on controller, how it goes. Yeah, I guess the big thing is how, I mean, my hotbars are not very highly populated right now, but you know, if I wanted to hit buffs, you just create a macro and just hit one button. You know, can you program a macro to do it for you? Or does that like break the rules for DDO? Because I know for a while they didn't want people using macros at all. All right, finishing out. Yeah, so that's one of the things I just wasn't sure about, and I thought it might be interesting to see how it goes if people have. I just don't think it's something I would want to do. What do I have on this tune? +3 hardy Dawson of Deathblock. Okay, so my Deathblock item is on my Dawson. I do have Deathblock. Let's get some guild renown, help out our new guild. You know, it's funny, I don't even use hotkeys. We're doing 2, right? Z's checking to see if she can get some better hand wraps for her tune before we go take on part 2. Yeah, I don't use hotkeys. I actually do click everything. So it's tedious sometimes, especially if I'm trying to heal. If I'm playing a healer role for some reason. Yeah, I know. What's funny is playing Call of Duty, everything's hotkeyed. It's not like you hit a button to throw a grenade. You know, you don't, you know. So I have to mess with it. There's a lot of stuff about this game that I've just kind of played it the same way for the last 13 years, and you know, I really should see about hotkeying stuff. And I know, like, remember right, like if I hit 0. Okay, so this one here, the one with the lock on it, that is your 1 through 0 hotkeys. So I do have those. I just never use them. No. Yeah, and that's what's great about DDO is you can play it the way you want to play it. It's entirely up to you. You know what works for you and you know how you want to play. It's like talking to Zer Smash earlier. He solos almost exclusively, which is fine. That's perfectly, you know, acceptable for someone. All right, so Z did not find any new hand wraps. All right, well, we go with the old junk ones. If you want, after we do this, we can go do Barovia on like normal.
Yeah, but I still can't use them for 2 levels.
Oh, that's right. You gotta be level 10. Oh, crap. Yeah, so it's like on here, these here, 1 through 4, those are now, those used to be my elemental things. And so, now that they're imbue dice, you know, I haven't even put it on my hotbar on this tune. Yeah, I'm still figuring out this imbue thing, so I'm kind of curious how it's going to run. All right, did you talk to her? All right, how do you want to do this? And do the beholders first. All right, here goes nothing. Right. Okay. Over here.
A beholder roars, hungry for slaughter and ready for a fight.
Okay. You want me to get the items? Okay. I got the golden locket. So someone did. Hey, hold on. Someone showed me that you can do this up here, and then you could feather fall to that other one and completely miss the beholder. But we could just go do the beholder since we know how to do that. I don't want to goof something up and kill everyone. So Nodens and Mananin. It is Mananin. I bet you I pronounced it right. Yeah, we'll just do the beholder. Whatever. As long as it doesn't kill me. Yeah, I'm ready. Okay. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out the imbue thing. So I'm sure I'll figure all of it out at some point. I'm gonna need to figure it out because my next tune on my completionist, or my next life on my completionist, is going to be alchemist. So I know there's imbue stuff in alchemist, so I'm gonna need to figure that out for sure. I did not realize these things were resistant to fire. Oh man, these are more annoying than phase spiders. Is Vile Chemist the poison one? I think it is. Yeah, I think Vile Chemist is the poison one. So it'll be interesting. I'll have to learn all how all that works out and figure out how an Arcanist chucks stuff. I think when Z did her Alchemist live, she just ran it as an Inquisitive. Right, where are you at? Oh, okay. So I got a positive outlook on the imbue thing.
Send you off into the ether.
On that tune? Or look under what? I have one bonus imbue dice. It probably should be more for an artificer. Right. I gotta, like I said, I gotta go through all these tunes and redo them. Yeah. Alright, I'm heading to this beholder that I'm gonna skip. You know how to skip this beholder, right? Alright, let me know when you're... I'll wait for you. This is one I always knew that you could skip. The other one I didn't realize until someone showed it out to me. That you could feather fall from the top and not have to worry about it. Don't go that way. Down here. Uh-oh. Right. All right. I have to proceed without the wife. He said, "Go on without me," as she plummeted to her demise. All right, I can actually buff. I want sonic damage here. Ah, doggies. Yeah, you can't do those Jedi mind tricks on me. I keep forgetting I have invasion on this tune because I got 2 levels of rogue. They might have changed the quarry stalkers, I don't know. That I do not know. Alright, so let's drop this right here. Okay, now they activate.
Fades from view. Green ichor drifts down from the branches above your head.
That's right, you can't attack them through that. You doing okay? Oh my god, there's so many oozes. They're all up on me. Ugh. There we go. You've exterminated an ooze. Alright, I will go. I lost a bunch of spell points.
Forceful winds threaten to send you off into the ether.
Ah! I got blown off. I gotta go back up. No, I got blown off the thing when I was trying to. I lagged a little bit and got hit. Ah, we're getting blown everywhere.
We're terrible.
I mean, it's almost like we've never played this game. You know? There I go. Coming to join you. Yes, this time I'm with you. So sad. I fell again. Right, I'm going. You want to try clearing that top part? Or do you want to wait for me because of traps? This way again. All right, so I killed everything up here already. I just need to go get the item. So we'll see. Oh my god.
I honestly think that this is one of the best changes they've made because I hate it when if you fell, if you got blown off, like you would, the whole quest would just end.
God, I can't get up there. Heck. I lagged again. I did not fall all the way either, but I don't know if I can get back. Yes, I can. Yeah. Oh my god. Do you want to try to go get it? All right, I'm gonna go start clearing the other one. Man, so bad. No, it was maybe Fire Eater. It was weird because it's like the gust of the cold wind went through. It's like you see the cold go through. So I saw that, and then I saw the cold go through, and then I saw the gust of wind come after it, which is not what usually happens. So that was a bit odd. It's on the other side. I can get some XP bonus here. Make up for my in level 11. Seed. There we go. That's the one I found. That off. Yeah, I thought I was on the X. I might have lagged a little bit. Hopefully Z got it. All right, so that's cleared. So start talking to Ingolstadt. Should be able to do it without fighting him. I think you could do it without fighting him. Now I guess I have to kill him.
As the fearsome giant is laid low.
How did that end up there? Wow. Okay. Hit heal. I could use help up here. Like, a lot of help.
Installed pets won't be causing you trouble.
Maybe. Clear out the rest of the pests. Because they spawn before I can get the chest open. I really could shrine. There is no shrine. You did the beholder. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. One left. There it is. Die already.
The last of the methods
Right.
falls to the floor.
Okay, I'm coming.
Probably on-
I'm coming. Just meet me at her. Yeah, just meet me at her. Get to a spot where I can drop down. I remember when we first started doing these on Epic, we would stand up here and shoot down on her, hitting her with ranged. All right. Okay. Yep. All right, mirror. Lock it. You have the locket. Okay. All right, let me know when ready.
A shadowy apparition materializes before you, seething with rage and turmoil. With her shadow self
All right.
defeated, Orkney
Not
awakens
bad.
from her reverie.
How much XP did you get? Ah, I got 6. I've done these though, so. Okay, let me do my thing. Don't open it. I could do traps. Hopefully not blow it up. Okay, good. Right. What else would you like to do? Ah, okay. Are you telling me I'm dirty? I know it's Wednesday night. All right. So,
Do you want to watch Wednesday with me? Wednesday, other than Wednesday, of course. I was not like, oh, I was kind of on the fence about it, but then I saw it has a bunch of actors that I really like. Has the original Wednesday is in there as a different character, and it has that lady from Game of Thrones, Brienne of Tarth, and it has that guy as Gomez that I really like. He was in The Man with the Iron Mask. That was it. The Man in the Iron Mask. Yes, he was in that. I'm like, there's a lot of people that I like their stuff, so maybe I'll watch it.
no, I heard good things about it. I heard good things about it. So, I mean, we could check it out. I got an airship. Yay. I got buffs. Alrighty, so Z has informed me that it is a Wednesday night, and I do have to go to work tomorrow. And I've been on what? Almost 4 hours. About yeah, 3 3/4 hours. So we are probably going to be wrapping it up here for the evening. So, anyways, Balanis, first thoughts. There's more people on now, but it's also earlier in the day on the East Coast, so I could see more people getting on. Unfortunately, when I logged on for my stream, weren't a whole lot of people on, but I could play at other times during the day too. So, yeah, and thank you for Fire Eater for the guild invite and the passing of monies to support my tunes on different servers. I really appreciate it. Kenneth is the one place I don't need money, but I do appreciate the help you gave on, was it Argo? Yeah, Argo and here on Thalanis. Much appreciated. But anyways, so yeah, overall, not a bad night. We got Zealotry, or Zelana. I keep wanting to say Zealotry because that's her main tune on Kenneth. Just call her Z for short. When she got to level 8 and we got a couple quests in, gotten her leveled up. So yeah, I mean, I'll be back on Thalanis, I think, next week. Wednesday, probably gonna check out either Orion or Galanda. Not sure which one yet. And I know there's some people who have said go to Orion. Think I have tunes there. If not, I'll make one and go mess around on one of those servers next week and just kind of continue the tour. I probably won't do Wayfinder. I think Wayfinder's the one that I'm just not going to try to do because I already know what the server's like on Wayfinder. It's very few people. But overall, I enjoyed the time on Thalanis. We'll definitely spend more time here and try to play at a different time. Just check out, you know, what the scene is all about. I know Sarlona seemed like a much more of a raiding type of server. Argo close as well. But I will be back on Friday. Plan is Friday night I will probably be playing my reincarnated completionist, soon to be completionist tune. Get that alchemist past life so I can move on with getting other past lives and get completionist as a free feat now. Like that adjustment. But yeah, so good evening. Had fun. Got some stuff in. Got a lot of chat going. Appreciate all the new follows. And I will be back Friday night, 7 p.m. Hawaii time, 9 p.m. Pacific. If I get on earlier, it'd be like around 6:30, but 7 o'clock for sure. And we will go from there. Let me take a look and see. I think if you guys are cool with it, I'm going to raid us over to Zer Smash. He's actually been a good supporter of my channel, so I would like to send the love back over to him. And he's going to be doing some stuff on Thalanis as well. I think he's doing Thunder Sea Saga is what he's going to be running. And so we're going to head over there, and I'm going to call it a night, get some sleep. So again, mahalo for hanging out for the evening. I'm still here. Volcano is not going to force me off the game unless something completely changes. But we'll just go with that. Mauna Loa erupted. and we did not get affected, so I'm perfectly cool with that. Alrighty, folks, have a good evening, and we will catch up with all of you on Friday if you're able to make it. Let me raid over to Zur Smash. Sure, it's IIR. Yep, Zur Smash. All right, this. I love how there's like this 10-second countdown on raids. All right, raiding now. I think it moved everyone over. Yeah. All right, for some reason, it doesn't seem to be raiding over. Don't show the raid going up on his. See some people joining. Alright, well, it did not, and my viewer count has dropped off, so